of my life.
Here we go. Say,
goodness and mercy,
follow me.
kindness and favor, signs and wonders. Oh na 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 na. I am blessed, I am blessed. Yeah. Almost just so bless me,
Bless me, bless me,
oh Lord bless me,
bless
yeah
me,
yeah yeah yeah. Almost just so bless me,
bless me, bless me,
oh Lord bless me,
bless me, bless me.
Everybody say I am blessed.
I am blessed,
I am blessed.
I am
Everybody say I am blessed.
I am blessed,
Everybody
I am
say I am blessed.
I am blessed,
I am blessed.
I am
Yes,
blessed,
and I am blessed.
I am blessed,
Oh na 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 na.
I am blessed,
I'm blessed in the city, in the field. Blessed when I come in, when I go out. Oh na 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 na. Oh yeah yeah yeah.
in the city,
I am blessed.
in the field,
I am blessed.
when I come in,
I am blessed.
when I go out. Adum Nami Ashiram yo, Ashiram yo, Washem Yesu Akram yo, Adum Nami Ashiram yo, Wakome Mwakwam yo,
Sure. Good evening, good people of God. You're welcome once again to Free Lane. Free Lane comes your way every Wednesday evening within the hours of 7 to 9. But unfortunately today, because of the rains and we had some few technical hitches, so please forgive us. But we're still back on Free Lane, and the Free Lane is our current affairs program, which airs every Wednesday. So we're right here to do just that. Issues making headlines in the news and issues that are trending on social media is what you're going to listen to. And from next week, we'll be having a gospel entertainment time. We'll have the news, gospel entertainment news, that will be aired right in a segment in the Free Lane. So watch out. We have so much for you. And this ICGC, the Strong Tower, we say it's a happy family. This show has been ably produced by Rich Gold. He's producing me, and I have one stubborn cat here who is helping with the floor design. They call him Chief Doses. He's a stubborn cat. And Theodore Bob also helping our floor manager. So right here, I have two special guests in the house, two strong men here in the house. I have a.k.a. Palinto. A.k.a. Palinto right here. Jeff is in the house. Jeff, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yes, and I have one man who is coming here for the first time, but I call him a very controversial man. Very controversial. A.k.a. Okido, but he's called Mr. Isaac Osafo. Mr. Osafo, you're welcome.
Thank you, bro.
Now I am starting for why are they?
Introduction, how are you?
No, I'm just saying that you are, but you know you are.
I am not.
So we're ready here, and we're going to start straight. We're going straight to our news, the things making headlines. Let's start because there is rain. Today there is rain. Let's start with our rings. Hitherto, we have problems when it comes to rains. Anytime the rains come down, you get problems everywhere. The place is flooded, and it's so bad. Politicians here and then always talk about trying to make our silt our gutters and do whatever. But still, even Circle, where there was the pandemic the last time, this year around, it got flooded again. So I just don't know what is happening. Is it that our politicians are tired with the filth in Ghana, or is it that they are just not forthcoming with the work they are supposed to do? Jeff, what is the state of our politicians and our flooding issues in Ghana?
Okay, good evening to all listeners. Yes, as you said, this flooding issue has been around for a long time. I quite remember even in 1995, you would walk around Circle, Avino, and all other places, and you would realize that when it rains, when it takes about even 30 minutes, you realize that there's huge flood. There's huge flood. And it's not that the politicians don't know where these floods are. They know very well. But there's one thing about Ghanaians. When there's a problem, we really look at it. And then we will talk about it for almost 3-4 days, 1 week, and that's it. We forget about it. So we don't take measures for the future. We just look at it, talk about it, form committees, give money to them, and that's it. You don't hear anything about it again. So I would say that these politicians know very well. Just look at, what's it called? This gas pipeline. I think it's been mapped. They've awarded that contract to about 3 different governments. And anytime there's a government in power, they try to award the same contracts to other people. They take the money, they run away. They don't do anything about it. But when there are measures to be taken around flood, you would realize they would just talk about it and that's it. They would never come back to it again. There, for instance, what I do, we can fly our drones, map the whole of Greater Accra, know where there will be flood whenever there's rain. And then this can be sort of like a blueprint for this government, for every government that comes to power to follow. But they will never do that.
Because I hear there have been drone shots of flooded Accra after early morning downpour. They've done something like that.
Exactly. No, you can fly the drone, fly it up, and it will give you the topography. It would really show you where there will be flood.
Okay.
And it would show you that this is where you have to work around. This is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. And it can be a blueprint for the government. But they are not ready. Even if they think about it, they would award the contract and then you would never, after you giving them what to follow, they would never, ever do that. This government, it will be like a propaganda. One government will attack the other government because they started it. So this one would, so it's a whole lot. I would say that our leaders are not ready to solve this flood issues for us.
They don't think about that. Yokido, just recently, when there was the last downpour, I've heard that, one person was dead when the NADBO people tried to rescue people within this flood. Is it always that politicians want to see somebody dead or something before they want to, try to solve these problems?
Not necessarily that. I don't think so. I think the problem is bigger than how they see it. That's how I can say it. Maybe, I don't know, sometimes I think, I ask myself these questions as to whether the politicians, they know how to solve the problem and they are not solving it because it's something, they get something from it as they continue giving contract. Or they don't have the idea at all. What my brother just said, I think that's not how they can solve the problem. It's part of the cosmetic approach that they use to solve the problem. You can take the topographic or whatever, take every shot, the lowest point of the city where it will be flood and so on and so forth. But I don't think just taking those pictures and building storm drains alone can stop the flood. No. This is how I see it. And I have taken upon myself, I think I have decided to go to Ministry of Works and Housing if I can have opportunity to talk to any of their technical people.
Yeah, the technical
as to whether what they. This is how I see it. It's the problem starts from this area, in our area, Taifa, Burkina, Mr. J, those hilly areas. If you want to solve the problem, I think you need to solve it from where the problem comes, not you just stand anywhere and you decide to solve the problem. There's something going on. When the rain starts, it begins to wash the land from the hinterland where there isn't tarred road and so on and so forth. When you go to our area, you will see what the water has done, the drainage has done to our area. It has drained all the road and the gutters. It has given a huge gutters and so on and so forth. You ask yourself, where does the sand that the drainage take it away? Where did it take it to? It's a multi-million-dollar question you need to ask yourself, and you answer it. To me, this is how I see it. Since you just say picky annuana, because everybody is clear annuano, and so annuana a dorsal power. Okay, now a transporting from where it picks. Na the basa baby obedubia annuani modu na alande. So we have storm drains, and people are asking for covered drains and so on and so forth. That would be dangerous. If we like, let's try one. See a year covered drains. Ghana hanuma flowers a benyano a best send the because problem na e one sa annuana insurance free and sa send so de bano and we insurance I think by 1 hour. Not some of the gutters na I am ma annuana I am ma amount for complaining say insurance got ball and amount for 2 gutters and on the creative side. Yes, but over say omu disilted gutters. Yeah. So over so almost about 100% of the total disilting number now. Over you will get about 10% alone for rubbish. All the rest are sand. So where did that sand come from? And where it is going? Okay, to me that's how I see it. A bad na bechoku gutter, na flooded gutter, na yema. So I'm running your baby amfa. And that's not the only problem we are having now. We are building a huge problem. We're going to solve it. Our children are going to solve it. They can't solve it. So this is where it will end. From the gutters, it gets to Odo. Then it flooded Odo too. So a little water, then it got flooded because it has already been choked up by the sand and the rubbish. And that's not alone. From Odo, it's going to the sea. So no wonder there are some parts in the Volta region and some others. Every day, Ministry of Works and Housing are doing sea defense and sea defense because sea is getting flooded too. That's our problem. When you go to Europe and other Western world, their problem is the snow melting to the sea. But in our side,
our sand.
It's our sand.
So is it that the politicians don't know this and they don't know who we are?
Last year, I heard World Bank and other institutions were here with the Ministry of Works and Housing doing what my brother was saying about taking the pictures of the
looking
city
at the low side
and see the low side. You will do the low side. You will do all that you want, but the sun will come and fill it. So we are lucky that we have open drains. That when it gets filled, we will have opportunity
to fetch it out.
But
Isaac, they were walker say, is it that the politician is not getting that sense that this is the problem? Because they are the technocrats don't they know the problem?
That's what I asked in my earlier submission. That is either they don't know or they know, but they don't want to solve it because they know as they continue giving the contract, they get their share. That's assuming.
Okay. Without admitting.
Okay. Because last year when the World Bank and so on and so forth people were here, I didn't hear any of them saying what I am saying. But to me, that is where the problem starts from. So spending a whole lot of money, I think desilting or dog drains alone cost, I don't remember the amount they mentioned. And that amount, they can use it to begin to tar the roads in the
hinterlands.
Yes, the countryside. You tar the road, all of them. Let the government take it upon itself and begin. If you want to solve that problem, that's how, to me, you have to solve it. Because so by the kind of annual, insurance, adrenia free honoma.
Jeff, let's see your last take on this.
So that is why I was telling him that what we have to do is to provide, to take a shot from the air, okay? Provide a roadmap for them. Because, is it because that you are going to get sand from, whenever it rains, it will wash the sand. whether you like it or not, because you cannot tar everywhere. So what you're supposed to do is to get a blueprint, follow it. When this government comes, irrespective of being NDC, MPP, or CPP, then you follow up. But what they are doing is, if MPP starts this very thing, the next time when NDC comes, oh no, they will take the glory. So then they will also stop. So it becomes, you touch it a little, you stop it. This one provides.
So is it that we should give one party like 50 years?
So I believe
20 years to just.
You were saying something. It's not that they don't know; they know, but I believe. I would say it's
like the way Isaac is saying.
Mere no,
contract.
It is mere wickedness because on what Trazako baby and a mountain so. You understand? You are not thinking about the poor people who are paying tax from the small amount of money they have, buying credits, they are paying VAT on it. You are not thinking about them. You are using their money to pay your salary. But you're not thinking of them. Oh, Kotsina Mountains. And so made them comfortable. So he would touch it a little.
Because the last time, when around the Bree area there, when you are climbing the mountain, there was a landslide there. I remember I was going to a Bree that time, and it was very serious. And when they did it now, fire service the next time, the buildings are going to come down.
Yes.
At times, I don't know. Is it a technical failure or...
I don't know whether we don't really look
because I was surprised when I saw Odona flooding a circle again.
Yes.
It will continue flooding. Nothing will stop it. It will continue flooding until they solve the problem from where it comes from. When it rains and you see drains change its color from white to brown, you ask yourself, why? Because the water was colorless.
Yeah.
So why all of a sudden it has changed to brown or whatever?
And also we would also blame the contractors as well, because you will see them constructing gutters, filling it with sand. They would leave it. For instance, my area just now, this morning when I was going to work, you would see erosion.
And that's why Isaac is saying that they have to solve it from the top.
I mean, that's why I said I'm blaming the contractors and the politicians as well. Because when you give the contracts to the people, you give mobilization funds, and that's it. You expect the person to go borrow money from the bank and then come use it to do the work. And these contractors have realized that when I borrow money to pay and there's interest, you don't pay me on time. So then I will do the work according to the money you give me. And this means he will do the gutters, fill it with sand, compress it, and then he will leave it. Give me the money for me to do what? To put that on it. And if it's delaying and we are in the rainy season,
it washes
it away. So this is our own. You can't blame
it means that we are not ready to.
We are not ready. To me, as a government, you need to sit down, you think and bring some solutions. And before you can solve this problem, what I'm saying, I'm proposing, look a bit big. Okay, so somebody will say, how much money do the government have or the ministry have that they can do what you are suggesting? That's the more reason why my brother just said that they need to have blueprint. So we start and as we are going, okay, we do it a bit. But this is my solution. When you go to these areas, the assemblies need to be empowered. They have the powers, but they are not utilizing it. What you need to do is you tell people, if you know you cannot concrete your house, you just plant glasses so that it will hold on
the sun
and the water cannot.
I think the greening project,
that greening project. So wherever we cannot do concreting or asphalting, we make sure we plant glasses there. So to me, I was thinking sometimes, I think within my head, that assuming I become this person, what will I do?
Also bear the same thing.
No, I will not
bear the same thing.
I have plans for that.
And even I would. He was saying something about the district assembly, and all the time I usually say this: whenever we are going to build, we take money for permits. The district would take money from us, paying permits for them to use the same thing to construct gutters or whatever for us. So can't it be made this way? For the government to have easier way in constructing roads. All right, if I have to build in this very particular area, You give me a spec on how to construct a gutter. If I don't construct a gutter, I can't build.
Are we saying these things are not there?
No,
These
no,
things are.
It's not there.
Nobody
So
is
if
enforcing
it's not
this.
there, so if you give a specification that this is what you're supposed to, before building, you need to construct what the gutters. I think it would have made the government. It would have given them an
Put them
easier
on their
way.
tune. You know,
An
when you
easier
go
way
to
of constructing
when
a
you go
gutter.
to Ivory Coast, a little survey we did. You know, their lands. Before you get to an estate area, they have laid all the electrical lines underground, the gutters, everything is there. So you just go and do it. But I think the problem no,
because you would realize that
but
you
you
realize-
say unsurmountable.
See,
Dodo.
you would realize a huge mountain, a huge building, a very nice building, and then you realize the road on it, and then you ask yourself, say,
Because, Elton, like, we need to be creative sometimes. Being a leader, we need to be creative. As I said, I always think and have some solution, and assuming I have opportunity to become an assemblyman or this thing, what will I do to solve this problem? And I answer it myself. Like my brother said, you can, sometimes if I walk on the street and see the kind of buildings on the street and look at the street we are walking on, it, the kind of cars we drive on it looks as if they don't have that. We need to have leaders with directions. Because to me, what I proposed within my head is, you need to call the people, you sit them down, you ask them that you need to do a half of the road in front of you with concrete, a half. You demarcate half. Maybe you buy about 30 bags of cement and one truck of sand and one truck of stones. You can do it within your house, a half of it. And the house opposite you also do the half. So before you realize, you have concrete throughout the lane. Because when you get to some places and you see where the place are and they are still expecting government to come and do their road for them. If the government are not been able to do the highways, why do you wait for...
Like your area, for instance.
Like
you
my
people
area
should be able to...
So you need to organize yourself. Sometimes the leaders have to call us down, tell us what to do, propose the ideas, and make sure we do it. But there is no direction. We are not doing anything, and nobody is ready. If you decide to take it upon yourself, it become your own burden, because some of the people around you are not ready to correspond with what you are bringing up. But if it is a policy from the opinion leaders, from those who have the power to do, they sit all of us down, and we do it. We will solve it.
It's simple.
So we do the concreting, we do the gutters. Gutter, you are doing only in front of your house. And the other one continue.
Yes.
The other one continue.
It would have been
And
easy.
before you realize, you have a
The
tile
the government will just come, put sand on it, compress it,
and just
do it.
You don't even need
So
the government.
the government wouldn't have to go borrow money for roads.
You don't even need
That's
the
why I'm saying
government
we
to
don't
do
even need
anything.
government
Yes.
help.
You are doing, after you do the gutter,
Then you do
you do half of
No.
the road with concrete.
So at least if everybody living around has done that.
No, with that, some are going to make it rich, some are going to make it.
No, that's why
I
you
would
came
say-
in with the
I would
fact
say
that
that you give the policy. What
you came in with the fact that there should be a policy that when you are building a house, maybe you do
you
this part. Yeah.
No, you allocate funds like paying the permit. You maybe there's
Okay,
there's
you
a
are,
fixed
he's also coming
there's a
from
fixed
the fact
amount.
that
There's a
he's
fixed
also coming from the fact that
there's-
you have to give that money to the assemblies
No,
to do it.
exactly.
But
That's
he
what
is
I'm
diffusing
saying.
it.
No.
Let's take a caller in the end. Let's see what he has to say. Yeah, Theodore is on the line.
I believe our country Ghana, we don't plan before building. We build before we plan. And most of the time, all these things you're talking about, having permit and making gutters, and making gutters in front of our houses are part of the, when you go for permits and stuff.
I think we are not getting it through. We'll still go on. Okay, though, yeah.
So doing paying money to the authorities to do it is no for me. because we know what happens. You will pay the money and they will not come to do, because as for them, they are not having enough money to even pay themselves, let alone use part of it to come and do this. You need to take upon yourself. Being a citizen, you need to do something for your people. Okay, I'm not proposing doing so much. You do a gutter in front of you, and you do half of the road in your jurisdiction, in front of your house. You do a half of it, and the person in front of you also do half. It means in front of your house you have concrete. Irrespective how rich it will be or how poor someone's concrete may be, it's neither here nor there. It will hold the land for you for a while.
Yeah.
Waiting for the government to come.
Yeah.
So that one will solve it. And the place they cannot do that thing, the peripheries, they green the areas. All right? If you do that thing, you are solving the problem. But because individual proposing this idea will be like you are just, because some of them don't want to do it. Only what they are looking for is to have their house and make sure their house, inside their house are genuine. But whatever happened out there is neither okay.
Like those who go and stay at Trazaku.
That's why you need the leaders to bring the idea and they see to it that it is done. But nobody, either they are not ready to do it or they don't have the idea.
So it's still free lane, and we're talking the flooding in Accra, and I bet you, from how we are talking there, just by June there.
Can I come in for one thing? Oh, no, by June, nobody will die. Nobody will die. But listen to me. To me, I have decided that after a heavy downpour, I don't watch TV nor listening to radio.
Because trouble will come.
Yes, it will come. And I don't want to hear. Because most of the people are their own enemies. So okay, go and watch the TV after the flood, after the rain. You see the flooded areas being shown on the TV and asking them, "What's your problem? The rain keep on coming here. We want government to do this." Then they ask them, or you ask them, "How long have you been here? How long have you been experiencing this kind of floods?" Oh, it keeps on coming, but why are you sitting down there?
But he doesn't have money to move.
Hey,
that's also another thing.
So is this a crime to stay in your village. Or
okay, that matter there.
Listen to me.
Because staying in my village, I can't get work.
Come to my area. Come to
Yeah.
my area. I will show you some place. In front of the gutter, the big gutter.
Yeah.
From the gutter to somebody's house is about just 2 meters from here to here.
So it means that they build on the walkways, they build on
And
the...
I myself go there
To tell them.
Why do you buy this land? Okay, one for instance, I told him, this is a T junction. This is where we're supposed to do our bridge. You see the road is coming through, and it's a T junction. Let's leave the T junction or the road aside. But look at how close you are with the drain. Don't you afraid for your life and that of your kids? And Master, I went there for about 5 or 6 occasions. When I finished talking to them, they will stop and they go to those who sold the land to them, the guns, and they'll tell them, go and do the work. So it got to a point that people around the area told me that I should stop it. Or maybe those people will send their land guys to come in because I'm attacking their business. So a gunman, and tell me about assassin amount on the autonomy, but I won't know better. Well, me call Amasamai. I'm catching him say, Amasamai. I went to Amamole. Because catch the tax force for also they came in. It's a home call. I sound called them. They came in. I showed them another area, and one of them say, "Oh, they be another friend, oh friend, oh dear, and what done informant, oh they all move BSK, oh they no answer informant."
It's got out of
okay, and be job, and then guy and sit down. And so wow, my friend, not move for. So because unfortunately, that Nadmon, they came from Abokobi, and when they got there, they said the gutter is the boundary, so the other side is not in their jurisdiction. And I told them that you just go there. They won't ask you whether you are coming from where. Your dress alone
Nadmo at least
will make them think. They say, no, we cannot go there. This is outside our jurisdiction. Cheaper, they go. And the guy has built the house, and go and see what is happening there. So do you expect me to pity for?
No.
Okay, so I don't watch TV. I don't listen to
radio.
And if you throw rubbish to the drains, it will
Yeah, it will end up
and
and
it
flood
will
your
end
house.
up on you. Not
So this boils down to the rich taking their taking advantages of whatever they have.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
for instance, at the back of my house, the water used to be close to our building, but now you could see that they are filling all the places. They've shifted the gutter where the drainage is. They've shifted it backwards.
So they are filling to build.
They're filling to build.
So now when the water comes, it can't go and
it's
it will
the s-
flood.
And it's the same district assembly who is giving them permits to build. So it's either someone is not being punished for doing the wrong thing. So that
nobody
it
will be
would-
punished
it
because
would-
listen to
If
me.
you know, so go for be by our
They
say,
have what they call, because you see where
No.
where you live. If, around the gutters, it used to call green zone, green belt. It was not supposed to be built around the
Yeah, okay,
area.
the green
It
belt,
was
yeah.
Green belt. The district assembly did
Have
something they call rezoning. They rezone it to the landowners, and they sold
they
it.
sold it.
So what?
So
did
it's
they
not a
do?
man's
So- no,
fault.
so what I-
It's
what-
the authorities you are talking about are
So-
the problem.
So what I'm saying is that when there's flood, and you could see that this is an area where the authorities could have done something better about it, someone should be punished.
But the thing is that the person to punish is the person selling the land.
No, not the people. The people
No,
who are supposed
But
to give.
that's why he's saying that
No,
the
They are doing
rezoning
the
is done
rezoning.
by the district assembly.
Correct.
That is what I'm saying.
For the
that-
people to sell the land.
That's
So
what-
now who is going to punish who?
So you're going to punish the people who did the rezoning.
Who will punish
They are
who?
the
Because,
authorities.
no, with the government, with the gas, look at this atomic area.
Jeff, won't it be a
Ometon.
district assembly na obetumi invoke punishment. Ono na why rezoning. Ama asasiru for na ton ehwa aka ho.
And I
Enti why na ekọ punish president
So-
oba be punish chief
So,
executive.
What I am saying is that why you rezoning, no, obi akoton asase na ma wo. You are building. You need permits, right? Mama permit.
But the person who is doing the rezoning, he gives the permit.
And I make
So when you go, you give the permit.
So if I don't give you the permit, can you build?
No, how can't he give you the permit? Me, na my rezoning. Na Isaac ton assassin. Now ton assassin is a permit. I mean na obeba me. In that then I'm because me more permit. Me na my rezoning.
No. Okay.
It's still free lane right here, and we're discussing the flooding from the way we are talking, Charlie. Flooding issue, no. Though it is, we are trying to build. People are building wrong structures at the wrong places. Still, there's that much aspect that the government also has to take a look at. And please, if the authorities are not doing it, then it means that by maybe August, the NHS. It's a few June. Yeah, we June. It's a August. So let's go to our next issue. What is it about this EC matters? I hear ASEPA petitions Akufo-Addo to remove Jim Mensah as EC boss, and the story says that the Alliance of Social Equity and Public Accountability has petitioned the president to remove Jim Mensah. This comes after the government think tank secured a declaration for the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice that Mrs. Mensah failed to declare her assets on assumption of office in 2008. So they are talking of declaration of assets by the EC boss. At the same time, I think the EC is also on fire because they want to come up with a new register. So let's mix these two issues. EC trying to come up with a new register, and there are civil society and other people lambasting that no, they don't need a new register now. And at the same time, some also calling for the head of the EC boss that it should be removed because she didn't declare her assets on assumption of office. What do you make of it?
Declaring your assets in such a position is very, very important because we all know why you have to declare your assets.
Sure.
Because in this very particular post,
And it's
There's
an
a
ally.
lot.
It's an ally that when you
Yes.
become a
yes,
is it Article 59 holders? You have to declare as
yes,
Article 72 holders.
yes,
Yeah.
there's a possibility she can declare her assets, but irrespective, if he still wants to take more money from the government, there's a possibility he can do that. But what the problem I have with this very particular new voters ID is the fact that the time is very close.
That's the compilation of new register.
Exactly.
Okay.
That is one. And then two, the old voters register is the same thing that got you into power. Now you are saying that the thing that really got you to power is wrong. Wow. this is very strange.
No, I'm not sure they are saying it's wrong.
No, but
They say that
why
they
would
are-
you change it?
They are saying that from the arguments that are being raised in the news, the EC is saying that the register is not accurate. And accuracy is not about being wrong. They say there are things that they have to clean up.
And because
So
they are looking
if the same people are still existing, let's do another register.
Okay. So then, what I'm trying to say is that, you see, the same way, I think I read something about them using the NHIS as a part of getting the voters' ID,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
that
they are
was
saying
previously.
that-
Some
yes,
did it,
and they
and
are saying that the-
Supreme Court to rule that they should expunge those with
exactly, because
yeah.
they feel it's easy to get the NHIS. Okay. But there's always always an easy way to get whatever you want in Ghana. Whether best set, whether whatever.
That's another
So
thing.
that shouldn't be something that they should go
A
like,
criteria.
okay,
You see,
because of
NHI
this,
are now
we
with-
want this. The same thing that got you to power. The same thing is
Now
you
skeptical.
are now saying a different thing. Then we-
by August.
you see, then you are not too sure about yourself. I would say MPP is not too sure about themselves. That's what I would say. Eh?
No, I'm not MPP. It's the EC. I think.
MPP appointed the same.
Yeah,
EC.
but no.
So
let's
it's
let's
MPP.
let's draw
Call
a
a spade
line.
a spade.
No,
MPP,
no. We
they
are
are
doing
not
education.
sure.
As we are educating, we are informing. Let's draw a line between MPP and the EC, or NDC and the EC. They are political parties. The EC is an independent party, and
Appointed by.
but Charlotte Osei was appointed by NDC.
Appointed
Farijan
by-
was appointed. The appointing committee doesn't make it part of them. They are a separate. Let's not bring
No,
that.
they are a
dichotomy.
separate entity, though. But
No, not do.
But-
Let's not bring that confusion.
brother,
That one,
brother.
I won't stand for it. EC is EC, and the parties are
My
the
brother.
parties. So I see that Okido is trying to get his documents right. Okido, what do you make of this? The people trying to ask for EC's head, and the EC herself, and the bashment of bringing up a new register.
Okay, Charlie, you see, in Ghana here, we have been here for some time now, so we know how we do our things. So if anybody talks, before you take the advice or whatever the person is saying, you need to check the background of the person, to check his or her credibility before you give answers to the person. Okay, those who are calling for the head of EC, I don't think they know what they are doing, and they know what they are asking for. Let them go and read the article. That said, public office holders should declare their asset. It said you declare the asset in secrecy. They don't open it. They don't tell anybody. You declare your assets. They take it and maybe they gazette it and they put it somewhere. They will open it when you do something or something come up. That's where they go and pick it and come to read and see what you declared and whatever.
But
So it's not.
my brother,
No.
Irrespective of that.
No.
He was quiet when you were
talking,
making
I
your
was
Irrespective
quiet.
of that.
So
Let-
what
let
you
him
want-
make it.
No, but let me come in. Irrespective of that, she didn't declare.
No.
No, that
Whether
one we
in
don't know.
How do you know
We
that?
don't
Whether in secrecy.
How do you
or
me,
know?
me and you were not
How
there.
do you know? Those who are petitioning president, they are doing. They didn't check their facts right, and they are just petitioning president to do what they think it will. Yes, they are just.
That's propaganda.
As we say. So they are just doing what they can, because they know the issue of EC have come up, and they want to do anything to just discredit the woman or just to take the attention of it won't work, it won't wash. Let them do what they are doing. As for the ASEPA or whatever they call themselves, they are non-entity. So nobody take them serious. They want to make their presence felt. So let's leave them.
No, but I want us not to look at the ASEPA or whoever. Do they have a case? That is what
They don't have a case.
Okay.
First, they need to go to where they gazette the declaration
Of assets. Okay.
They need to go there. Make sure they see whether she had declared her asset or not. Because the person who appointed the lady is not just a mere person or a mere president. He is a lawyer and a reputable one. He knows everything. And under no circumstance, then another will appoint somebody and just allow the person to sit there without doing the proper thing. MPP, they do everything. That's the more reason why NDC put in jail.
Oh my brother.
What do you think
But
you're
he,
doing?
but he said,
I can do better than
No,
what you are
let-
doing. So
he's making
if you
a
want
point.
to bring it, let's continue.
He's making his
I
point.
can
Please
do
let
more
him.
than what you are just doing. So Nanado will not appoint anybody and allow the person to hold an office like EC. An office like EC and just allow this thing to happen. That you can be an EC person without declaring your asset and so on and so forth and a whole lot of things. Nanado would never do such a thing. So let's wait for them to come up. Let this thing go. And you are here. These are just nothing. Okay. Fast forward.
Yeah.
About the
Voter register.
What are they saying? We are here. And if anybody is doing an argument and using this same register has been used to register and to bring the president and to bring the assembly member and so on and so forth, what are you telling me? You weren't here when the land bank case, how did they call it?
Which one?
2012 election.
Okay.
2012 election.
Yeah.
That Supreme Court case. You saw what happened over there. You saw what happened over there.
They tell
Dr.
us.
Ferejan was there, and he was fumbled. A lot of questions he couldn't answer because there wasn't any answer to give. What you say? A lot of things has happened to this our register. Okay, register yeah. Opa yen fa Ferejan de enton chen. Ode okọ e fa ntin chen. Before I register wie ye court you kura wie. Before I beto yen abayed na na do buy. Anya no na Madam Charlotte say herself, the EC herself. Akodina court Supreme Court. Akoka say Amadou Sile, her deputy, has opened a secret polling stations and smuggling it for money. Now ni Ghana. Now ni. So say EC nanka sanka kache the deputy say we be smuggling polling stations. I watchre. And no the Jessica, a shed bottom one. As this or Denchem Frishu, opposition Frishu, as Beccatos and Denchem. What you need? Oh, yeah, easy. Okay, before I start to say, by 2012 election, or call parliament or can say, and Yamana or Yusuna has become obsolete, but they are going to manage it for 2016 election. Afterwards, they will change it. Shall I say herself? They're easy. And the area, and a fofian water, and when you are in a bam no koi, and a we buy, or buy an or shas, say, or says, but because of that, so walk I say, MPP na appointee, Mensa, and Intina,
that one let's not go there.
No, let me answer. Says Sanet Yadia and Charlotte Senso. She knew very well. Say after election, she would change the electoral equipment.
That's why I said that's why let's not go there. No, let's not go there. We have been able to clear that line.
Yes, let me
we want to
it
know
my own way.
Yeah, but I'm the host here. We want to make sure what the issues we are bringing about is not about the fight between the parties. We are trying to, educate our masses and try to make sure whether what they are doing is right or not.
So okay, let me leave that aspect. So it has become very important for us to change our register in order to have credible elections, because we have seen a lot of things, and it will be very.
No, if you say we have seen, are you part of EC?
No. We are in Ghana here.
So I'm sure you are talking for EC, but don't talk as a party. You are a party. So if you are talking as EC has seen this not right.
Can I come?
But if you say if we
Can I-
have seen, you haven't seen.
Okay, can I?
Oh,
come
I have
in
seen
brief?
it.
No,
We are
it's
in
EC who has seen it.
Okay, so
No, no.
Can I come
No.
in brief?
No, let him finish his point.
Obia
please.
Obia nim sem ewo Ghana ha say.
Uh-huh.
Ye register na ewo ho no ho atochima.
Na wham neka.
EC
EC
neka.
neka. Thank you. Inti
Okay.
okay say
I-
yeah.
It's coming from them.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I get your point there. It's so easy na e can there. No, I'm not responsible for our election.
Thank you.
Now after our election, I say if there is any question or
You
no
ask
better
EC,
answer there,
definitely.
and then she have the sole right to decide what she can
They
do,
do
best.
what is best for the
So
country.
she cannot do what you think
Yeah.
and
Or
answer the question herself. No.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
once she is the real custodian of
the returning officer. That's
so
it.
she have the every right
Yeah.
to do what she thinks is right.
But Isaac, the question I
One
want to
minute.
ask is that may the
Don't-
baby
don't
cell
come in.
first. May the baby cell answer. The question I want to ask is that why is it that whenever there's a government in power, the government in power is seen like the government is in bed with EC or he or she is EC? Because like the way you started saying, like who say and this thing. But we always forget that EC is like a referee. I say kotokone heart kobo match. A referee ho. And it say ebi ayaje fouler. A referee na so or ka say ade no utwa no na wentwa no. Na say ebi a make kotoko me say ade no utwa yen. What to me say
okay.
a referee no kasa. Why is it that political parties they be amu person mo yet to say EC na a referee no
Same
money
with
on na
NDC.
one side.
Same with NDC.
NDC is in power. They say
Same
money
thing.
EC then
MPP.
they talk for
Saa
EC.
asɛm no koraa deɛ and saa deɛ no nti no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛgyae saa isi ho asɛm ka
Definitely.
because deɛ ɔda no gyam
No name the association around.
and this just came out from
Power.
government. They know what they were doing. And they knew that this guy was
No, but okay, dude. But
Listen
no,
to
wait.
me.
Okay,
Listen
dude,
to
1
me.
minute.
Listen to me.
Wait,
No,
wait.
you have exhausted your
I'm
time.
looking at the time. Listen.
You've exhausted
No,
your
no.
time.
Let
but
him
1
give up
minute,
1 minute.
1
Maybe it will help
No, but 1
you.
minute.
It will help
1
you
minute.
to
No,
maybe.
the problem is that, listen, look at the time. And the fact that we did this Ghana card sometimes, some months back.
Which is not finished. I mean,
Which
it's,
is,
it's
you
still on.
understand?
Yeah.
So
we,
at that
we
time,
can't
couldn't,
use that.
No, so at that time, couldn't we, if really you
Have
wanted,
decided to
do this,
That was
because that would have been beneficial than going for the Ghana card, paying a lot of money, allocating a lot of money,
And coming back to
so
do-
which means I look at it as a way of trying to make money. That's why the people are on the neck of the EC to declare the assets, because there's a possibility that they've seen that there are new assets that are being made by the same person.
Process.
You
Okay,
understand?
your 1 minute is exhausted. Yeah.
Don't mind. Don't mind.
Everybody's mind matters.
Listen to me. You see, I don't want to say we are in Ghana here. But you see, matters about this new register, whatever. It's very, very important. We need to have new register. NDC had been saying a lot of things about this kind of register. We have the
Yeah.
General Secretary himself,
Yeah.
the man I respected so much.
Yeah.
He said it.
Oh, you still respect so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
he talked from
Definitely.
home sense.
Yeah.
I like
Because those times he was saying that that's the problem I have with the politicians. Because I remember back then they were talking about the register not being credible. Now they are on the other side.
yes,
Now
you take the goalpost.
the register is credible. Because that time you also said the register was credible.
No, no.
Now you are in power. You have started speaking.
For saying that has said, they have about 3 million voters somewhere already having them. That we will vote for them. So those 3 million voters, where are they?
They are on the register.
They are in the register. So that is the main reason why they are resisting the attempt to check the register. That's where I was coming to. See, Madam Charlotte said, after saying she would change the register after 2016 election, she knew President Mahama was going to win. So afterwards, she would change.
Is it
Let me
this
make my
allegation?
point.
I will not buy those allegations. No,
Let me
I will not
finish
buy
so
those
you-
allegations.
Let me finish so
No,
you
but-
will know
but
where
that-
I'm going to.
Yes, but that allegation you can't substantiate. So let's not make
Let
it.
me finish.
You will finish.
Okay.
But let's not make allegations we can't substantiate. Yeah.
So the question is, because initially I told you that Madame J. Mensah, when she came in, she began to introduce the new register, this thing, and people were beginning to resist the NDC. And you asked me, why were they doing MPP after winning the election
Yeah.
from day
Yeah,
one?
from
Why,
day one till
why
now.
did they wait until this time before introducing the a new register, this thing? Okay, so the question is, after the election, Madame Charlotte Osei realized that changing the register will affect NDC. So she stopped changing the register. She stopped what she said on Parliament that she would change. She stopped it. And afterwards, that was the main reason why from the first 2 years, we couldn't begin the changing of register process. So after Madame J. Mensah came in, because she was neutral and she was new, she had the idea to do it. Can you imagine that you being a Ghanaian, having your own register? That register is in the hands of an Israeli in Israel.
So it will be independent.
He has control over the register. He can do whatever he wants with the register that you claim to be credible.
But Ghana, most of our data is outside.
That's why we are changing it now. We are changing it now. Because Madame J. Mensah Nebaya, Nanka, you need any control. Even a code cry to unlock the machine. We don't have it. They have it. And they do it as they want.
But do you think that?
We are ashamed of ourselves.
But do you think that if somebody is doing it, the person could temper it? Because hitherto all the years, our data had been stored there. I remember Afarijan made that statement sometime.
So gone are the days that those people keep.
So you think now we want to domesticate?
This is our time.
But don't you think when it's here in Ghana now, it will be the chance for politicians to temper with it?
When it was in the hands of the Israelites, they
Nobody
were,
has
they were
tempered.
When
you have
in
any-
2012 election, Obasanjo was the person who led people to go and calm those who were in the jail to fight for. They were there massaging the figures. Don't you remember?
Do you have any?
Hey, Charlie, Google it.
Google one. I
2012.
remember he
They were
led
there.
people there to go and see the machine. What do you call it? The Israelis who had come to do
They
that.
were massaging
And that
the figures.
the EC had said that.
Got alarmed and people were there.
Oh, how are they massaging figures?
Massa, you.
I've listened
you
to.
don't trust massaging of
No,
figures.
I'm coming. I've listened to.
You don't believe that you
I
can
don't
massage
believe it.
figures?
I don't believe it.
Oh, okay.
As a host, I don't play here and there. But I don't believe that there's anything like massaging of figures. It is just that the politicians, you yourself, you are being hunted by your own ghosts.
No. There's
Because
nothing at all.
the last interview I had with the EC, the processes that were outlined for election, I even wonder how people are massaging figures.
Hey.
So it is the politicians yourself
In
who are making us
2012,
believe that
Let
you
me
massage
remind you
things.
something. In 2012, that's why Madam Adwoa Safo, the Honorable Adwoa Safo, is the best MP.
No,
Ghana.
we are not here to campaign for
No.
Madam Adwoa Safo.
I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm saying this now. Listen to me. Yeah. You're all Ghana.
Okay, no.
Honorable Adwoa Safo. Darling lady to President Nana.
Okay, no.
Master, why are you doing this? I can do more than what he is doing. Oh.
Jeff, he's talking. But whilst we are talking, we are not talking of Madam Adwoa
No,
Safo.
I'm going to tell you something. And I need to base my argument on something.
Okay.
You see, in 2012,
Yeah.
we are all here in Ghana. After the election, the whole Greater Accra results came up. They finished everything within Greater Accra. Even Northern region, it left some with small portion. And Domiko Abenya alone was there, stand still, fighting. They counted 7 times. It took them 4 days. You were here. You saw it. And what was the reason? After the coalition, the EC officials, in conniving with the NDC,
Oh,
No,
do you
no.
have any? You see, when we are talking, let's try
Oh.
and make EC
Oh.
and party.
oh, no. Because the recounting wasn't done by the NDC.
It was done by EC. Yes.
So if EC After counting the thing, first, second, third, and you keep on giving the same figures, knowing very well you are saying the wrong thing. So you are not, you are not responsible for what you are doing. So they were doing it. And the NDC people there were asking MPP to stop what they are doing because EC have done the right thing. Knowing very well, after the resistance, they counted 7 good times. The whole constituency, they counted 7 good times. And after the regional EC officials finish all that they are doing, waiting for the cabinet is to come, and it's not forthcoming. They came there and realized, what is the problem? And Honorable just have told them, there's my figures. I've done my coalition, and this is my figures. And until I get these figures, nothing will change me. Okay. Then the EC, the regional, and the national came there. They recounted it the last time, and they said, what are you doing? What she's saying is right. After counting it, they realized it was right. And what they realized was the EC officials has taken 6,000 from the parliamentary to Madame Sophia Akoko, from Honorable Joseph Sophia Akoko, 9,000 to Sophia Akoko, and 6,000 from Nanado to President Mahama. Then this is how they did it. They take it in bit from polling station. They take 5 from maybe ICGC polling station. Then they take 5 from the president. They take 7 from the parliament.
This is your own story.
No, my problem. I want to. I want to push.
Ghana here,
Yeah.
And you saw everything.
Yeah.
So
The problem
afterwards-
I want to push across is that
So how come
this
it
is
was
an
it was
issue-
the same?
no,
I am
I
open to
am
it.
okay. I'm
I'm
okay
open
with
to
where
do
you are
that.
coming
No,
from.
but
They
it's
massacre
the
people.
same voters ID card they used for that, and the same
Massa.
voters ID
I
card.
think we've passed that
used
stage.
Massa.
But
No,
what-
they used for. No,
we-
you are
we-
trying to say that
Yes.
politics.
Not even
No, Elton, politics. Whenever there's voting, you expect these things to happen.
Definitely.
Okay,
And that
so
is
this
why I'm
thing,
saying
this
that.
very particular thing happened then.
Okay.
It happened. You gathered yourself. Did it happen again?
No, that's why I'm saying that.
Did it happen again?
If you are this time, the way you are pulling the argument that time NDC was in power,
Correct.
they connived with EC.
Correct.
This time NPP is in power and is doing the same thing
We are not
because
doing
now
anything.
every talk by the EC is being propagandized
Are we
by
in
the.
voting?
No,
Are
we
we
are not in
voting
voting,
now?
but we are saying that now everything that the EC is saying. Why is it that now everything the EC is saying? MPP sees it as right.
Because MPP
And-
see
and-
the register as uncredible.
Definitely. But the last time when NDC was in power, when NDC was seeing it as right, MPP too was seen as wrong. So what is it with the political parties?
NDC keep
You are
on-
not giving the EC the independence to work.
Who is not giving the AC
The
independence?
political parties.
No, no,
Because
no,
now
no.
every party in power wants to liaise with EC. Imagine when the problem has come. This problem, for instance, I don't know why NPP or NDC, if even NDC are making insinuations about to EC. I don't know why NPP should be defending EC. Allow EC to
MPP
defend
is
itself.
not defending the EC.
You are doing the defense.
What we are doing is, we want the register to be changed. So if EC proposed to change the register, we are in the same path. Not necessarily we are supporting her, but just that we have the same idea.
So is it coincidental?
Coincidental.
Is it coincidental?
Coincidental.
Is it coincidental that you wanted it to be changed,
Coincidental.
and immediately you appointed the person, and the person says the
But
same?
you see, MPP
Politicians.
since 1992, MPP na they be proposal the amendment of register, and anytime you propose the NDC fight against. So this is just as normal as anything.
Because to me, it's delaying. Okay, so what if?
As for delay, it's not your work now. Your job.
So, but
is to
December
go
is
there.
just here.
No, you just wait.
The whole Ghana.
Oh, no,
Let's
your
let's move from this. Let's move
go
from this
there
topic
and
because
vote.
I
So
think
you just wait.
I think both parties have taken entrenched positions, and we have to move on it.
And MPP is in the right direction.
Let's move to the next the final matter. Let's move to the final matter. This matter started. This is where I want. I'll talk about these parties and what they do again. The issue about lecturers. Now, lecturers now allowed to teach until 70 years under post-retirement contract. It was just this government that started, and they said lecturers who are above 60 years should leave the classroom. And just within 3 years or now we are in election year. Now their contractual this has been increased. Now they move it to 70, because hitherto even the restrictions were coming on even the CEOs and other things who were above 60, that they should be made to go home. I remember it was an attack even on my own CEO, that he was older than what age and this thing. Now, I just saw the news about yesterday or so, NAPO had come out, that's the Honorable Minister for Education. Now, he says that the government has announced new rules to guide post-retirement contracts for the academic staff of public universities in the country. Under the rules, even though the mandatory retirement age for academic staff of public universities shall continue to be 60 years, professional grade staff, associate professors and professors, shall be eligible for post-retirement contracts under the age of 70 in line with constitutional provisions. Didn't the party, or let me not talk party, didn't the government know that these provisions were there before they made those comments then?
And those provisions are not helpful to us as a people, as a nation. Although those professors seems to be experienced, so for that matter, they need their experience, so you can give them contract. But you see, we need to get one thing straight. The population is increasing. The students are coming out from school day in, day out. That's more reason why we used to have the 4 years elementary school. So from 4 years to the first O level to A level to university, by then you have gotten to 30 years. By then, the person who was hired the day you was born is out from the job, so you will go to replace. And all of a sudden, we don't know what came over there. Our so-called politicians, our leaders, that they decided to change this thing and bring burden upon themselves. Now, the unemployment organization, unemployment. And me, I don't support this idea, because you know very well that we have a lot of unemployment system. And then those people can also teach. So if somebody teach for 25 years or something, or 30 years,
at least he should go.
He should go and relax and give the opportunity to the new ones to come and take in. So to me, I don't support this idea. We need to get it out of our books. We don't need it. Although they have the experience, it will be good for them to teach because of the experience they have. But this is the case. The students are many. The graduates are there. They are not having anything to do. So why do we pay them? Why do we pay them for the NAPCO doing nothing and pay the old man? Oh, no. Let them go.
As for me, I support the idea. I support the idea very well, because you see, the end products are usually what we are looking for. Now, most of these lecturers that come out of doing their PhD and all that, sometimes they need to be supervised as well by these same experienced professors. You understand? Once you don't supervise them well, they can be PhD, but maybe the way to go around things can really not shaping the students that come out of the universities. You understand? So what they are saying is that it's on a contractual basis. I think there's 5 years, and there's 2 years, there's 2 years, and plus 1 year, depending on your health. It's what they are saying is that they are not going to work fully as you are thinking, but they are going to supervise the other lecturers that are coming up, giving them, impacting that experience that they have to them before maybe leaving. You understand? This is very important. I think I support it. With me, I support this thing.
I think that the earlier when it came up, people were in support, because, like we are saying, if some supported the idea in that they feel that it is the rationale that they give, that the ministry, that the Minister of Education gave, was for, he says the rationale, Dr. Prempeh said the new rule was important because the universities needed to boost their human resource capacity in research and Doctor of Philosophy, that's the PhD supervision. So it means that they are not coming to be, a full force. They are on contract, and the contract is also based on your health, 2 year. But as the other side, or the other school of thought also is that we have people who are coming out, graduates who are now lecturers. They also need job. Why don't you give them job and stop paying these retirees for them? Because they've taught for years. Whatever impact they might have given, they've impacted.
Already.
Is it that now they are now retired? They can sit in the house and people go there for advice.
Because in some circumstances, they can allow them to do the work where there is not enough
Lectures
workforce
or
to do that work.
to complement
But
it.
in our case,
There are people.
we are overwhelmed
Yeah.
with this graduate. So
There are more of
it's
them
not-
there.
Yes.
But Elton, that's why I was saying that if you've run a race from let's say point A to point B, and you are home, you would know the terrain. Okay, unlike the person who is running from point A to point B, he's not yet done. He doesn't know the terrain. This is where the experience comes in. It doesn't matter whether you've taught for 25 years, but there's another person who can have the experience more than you. And this person is not to teach. It's more or less like a supervisor.
Supervision
You understand?
work is
But
also
no,
a work
He is
now.
thinking of the money,
But
that the
but-
university have to spend to
Elton,
go pay
but-
this
but
supervision.
let me ask
Let-
something.
let him make
let
the
me
point.
let me
Let-
ask
let me
something.
ca- let me chip in.
Let me ask something before you
Listen
go
to
on.
me.
It's the end product. It's the end
Because-
product.
You see, he's
very
also
important.
heckling.
Yes.
It's
Is an end product very important or not important?
It's important.
If it is important, then the decision they are taking is very right.
No. Listen to me. You are right. Nobody is arguing about that,
Yeah.
that thing. But I'm saying this based on our circumstance. That's why I'm saying. Nobody is arguing about the experience of those professors. But let me tell you something. If you raise a bar for whoever to get to the bar and get some credit, and the person get to that level, whether he is inexperienced or what, he has gotten there. So give whatever
It's due.
is
Yeah.
due to the person. Okay, we have professors, young professors here. We have young PhD holders. They are professors because they have gotten to where they ask them to be. That's why they are professors. So irrespective of their age and their experience, they are professors. They are ready to take the mantle. So you, the old ones, you have gotten to your retirement.
pinnacle.
Yes, get somewhere and let
Go
that
and
person-
rest.
Yes, because that was the more reason why I think the Chief Justice
Yeah.
came in with that.
Definitely, that law,
Ah,
yeah.
Because if you produce them, they will be in the system. You need to give them work to do. So those who are,
Yeah.
Okay.
you go,
Okay.
you bring.
Okay,
So
okay,
you
okay.
cannot produce and still say because I have the experience. So
Okay,
let me.
look.
And
Those
you see,
are the same
that is-
people
Right.
who influence the whatever of that 4 years elementary and this. Those are the same people. So they have
Okay.
overproduced. So
Okay.
they should
So
Okay,
they should go.
Mr. Host.
And you see,
Okay, Mr. Host.
one thing
Let me
also
ask you one
he
question.
asked- No, you want to ask me.
Yes, I want to ask you one
You say
question.
the question.
I'm asking you one question. How old is our president? I'm just asking.
Listen to me.
No, I'm asking my question. Let me ask my
Our
question.
Yeah, he's past 60
He's
years.
what?
He's past 60 years. I
But
think
he
68.
was
Yeah.
more
No,
than
no, I'm
No, it's a
Let
question
me-
he posed.
Let me ask
Why is he
a,
asking
let
this
me ask a
question?
question.
This is pure
But
diabolic.
they,
Why
no,
is he asking
there
this
are
question?
young people who can be president.
No.
He also has to go for
You
them
see?
to replace.
It's
This is
becoming
simple.
interesting here.
This is simple maths.
Nobody is stopping anybody to contest. You can contest.
No, no, no,
Nice
No,
one.
but he's also saying, he's coming
No,
from the background.
I'm
that
saying,
if we are
okay.
saying so for
lectures.
that you think that the lectures should go for young people
Because-
to come.
because
There are
in
more
our
people who are also
constitution,
politically
in our
viable.
Books, no, in
Yeah.
our books, we have made it clear that
That is
after
true voting.
60 years, you are out.
Yeah.
But in the
Politics.
72,
Yeah.
there is nothing. There is no cross. So don't even bring it in.
But I think
support
No, no,
youth
no.
president.
No, but do you know what? Do you know where I'm coming from?
No, I don't.
Do you know where I'm
I
coming
don't have to know. I don't have to. Why are you chipping this kind of?
but why are you so
No, no.
eager about the
No,
president?
what's up?
What he said is just,
I'm
it's just,
only asking a question.
it's just a harmful
Okay,
question
no,
that if
because
they are saying you are
you see-
defending the fact that
lectures has
when
to-
they
they
are
have to
there's
go.
a
Because there is a
there's no
crossover.
clause.
No,
Now the
no.
Minister of Education is saying that after 60 years, they should be given that room to
Because
operate.
there is a clause there. That retirement clause.
No, but
And he is saying
the provision of the
that
article,
provision
the
is
constitution,
talking about giving contracts.
yeah, contract.
Okay.
That's what they do.
But the retirement clause is there. So you need to cross that clause before you will be given the contract. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So before you get to the retirement age, yes, you are out. But for our presidency and our politics, public office, there's nothing like that clause in there.
Yeah, but
so you
he-
don't
No,
even read
No, but
he
what
is
I'm
but
saying
no,
is
but
that
still,
no, you
even
said
in our
No.
with our, you remember the last law that came with the CUs and other things that
Uh-huh.
when you are still it's still contract. So why don't we put a state that in Ghana, whatever it is,
Yes. But
there
we
should be
haven't-
it should be 60.
We haven't
No,
done
you
that.
see, my problem is that he said
We haven't.
no. You said from your own mouth. You said that these same people, these same lecturers, they would have to go for the other people to also have
So he's saying
employment.
that they
So
have-
I am also saying that then if our president is more than 60,
He should
has
go.
to go.
No, for the president, he contested.
But
No.
we are saying that there should be a caveat that when you are 60, don't contest.
But there isn't.
But that's what he is saying.
He is proposing.
Yeah,
Then
proposing.
he should go
So you
ahead
shouldn't
and
even
propose
attack him.
asking those
No, you should-
He should go ahead and propose and stop asking those questions. Because those questions are diabolical. He alone knows where he's coming from. What kind of question is
We're
that?
still on Free Lane and right here, ICGC Strong Tower Taifa. And Free Lane comes to you every Wednesday. It's a current affairs program, and we also discuss issues making headlines in the news. So we've come to the end of this show, and I'll give you just 30 seconds each to talk about your. I know what you want to talk about, so you feel free and fire.
Campaign.
Okay.
My kind,
But on a more serious note,
But you should know that this is a church platform. We don't do campaign here.
no. I'm not doing campaign. I'm telling you.
No,
the
I'm
fact.
saying first
I am
before
no,
we go ahead.
I'm not campaigning.
Okay.
But in this case, we are not.
But we are in
church.
Taifa, and
We are in
still we are
Taifa.
constitutionally
because-
mandated to vote.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
Because whatever development we have here affects the church,
The church.
and those of
the
us.
people staying here.
Okay, so to me, I think, how do I say it? Because to me, I think we need to give Madam Ajosafo another 4 years. We need to
Okay.
give her another 4 years. She has done your man's job. You see, there has not been this kind of development in Domeko Abenya like what we are seeing now. The woman has done a lot. Or lobbying scale. Oko mikro matchim down. Oba mami ye.
Yeah.
Say wa unhu ye.
Yeah.
One bridge for the whole 4 years. One bridge MP. One foot
Yeah.
because of the bridge, and you saw it.
Yeah.
And that bridge, you know, I just have done it for 1 month per Eldome. Me have the way 1 month per no the bridge. Bridge in wire bubble by 100. Constituency room. And so me chrome one. I also MPP you, but
Stronghold,
stronghold.
okay.
But you can see what is happening there. It tells you that you can have any MP, being MPP or whatever, but the lobbying skill, that makes the difference. And the woman have the lobbying skill. So me being a delegate, maybe I want to say that BBS serious mommy, but I don't have to be selfish. What I say? I have to vote for her. Me for all this one, I me declare me vote to man. But I'm here, even me be ye corner more, or my best shassia, or Modiki Gatesa, or be no my. I'm say 5 kilometers biaba. I'm say biabedu ye mantemo. She's doing well. And I think I was see a man sa you know first 4 years no koyen. Opposition and said him can kind said or change this if was or 2012
But your higher campaign.
or
center.
lobby there be campaign na
Still a campaign. And no crown
Nti
until
no
they can no
olobi-
crown.
olobi
But
bi
man
ana
can say
emfa.
because
Olobi
who
bi
declare
ana
who
emfa.
vote and bibi.
Olobi bi anemfa enti MPP ba yi adwuma ode because unum say
I think I have to have a show with Honorable Adrasafo.
unum say
Can you get her for me?
you better try.
Yeah, so I will get Honorable Michael Quay too. Then we can share some time for them. And
Unum say
we can.
unum say the whole Ghana the road
30 seconds also.
Road work nanado di kan ye do me kwa benya.
Atomic
to
no.
no.
Na cha wo na wo ka che
Yes,
nti wo
but
ka
that is a fact.
What time?
Nacha wo ka che.
Who's a road minister?
What time?
Come back, sir.
30 seconds also. What time also?
So the American say if a delegate for you not show.
Bankasa be you ha. And your delegate
Just
Bacho.
4 years.
Mami ye me
Nah,
die.
or may
Mami ye me
because
die.
unim
Yeah.
development a priority.
Eh,
So it depends who
waka.
is
O
on-
30 seconds
on-
also.
on-
O 30 seconds
Okay.
also. Valid.
Hey, mami.
That's all no if
That means so me die.
O ka de. No ja mo ka de.
Mami die.
Mo
Okay.
ka de.
So first point of correction. Was
say
it address for lobbying skills, but
Correct.
point of correction.
Correct.
Or your procurement minister.
Minister.
It
Nti
doesn't
ono
make
a wo baby a just say Pacho. Yo, where your last statement? Where your last statement? Where your last statement? Thank you very much. It's just I think it's becoming interesting here. It's becoming very interesting. Please, can you put up their microphones? This has been Yapon. Okay, about 20 seconds. 20 seconds. More candidate.
Hello. Me say, mami we me point. What's that? Me say, point of correction.
Yeah.
We need lobbying skills, yeah. Because
Hey, some no can. More candidate.
More candidate.
More explain it. Or explain it.
And because of lobbying skills, because of procurement. And as a
more can be. More chance. Oh, there more chance.
Okay. Because maybe what I would say is politicians, they should wake up, because if they keep on doing the same thing, we keep on having problems, and then we'll talk about it for a month, and then that's it, we forget about it, and then the next year it pops up again. Then it means that we are not serious as leaders. So our kids will emulate whatever we are doing and then follow the same path. So it means we are not going to solve this issue in even 100 years. Because whatever we do, our kids are going to follow. They are going to. It's going to be a norm for them.
That's it. 30 seconds.
Thank
you very much. Thank you very much. It's been Yokido and Jeff right here, and that has been Free Lane as every Wednesday between the hours of 7 and 9. We are always here, and we do just what we do. We talk about issues that are trending. We talk about issues making news on the headlines, and we sit here and we discuss it. So I want to remind you of tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a program right here. It's called I Testify. I Testify. Tomorrow's program, I Testify. I Testify is from AJ Truth. AJ Truth is celebrating her 1 year in gospel ministry, and it's so wonderful. So tomorrow we'll be streaming live on AJ Truth official handle on Facebook, and we'll also stream live here on the Strong Tower handle, and also on our YouTube handle, and you will love to watch it. It's at 2 p.m. Artists that are here are going to be Pastor Jennifer Kofi in ICG from ICGC Revival Temple. Pastor Yameba Samoa will also be here. Pastor Kojo Oten will also be here. These are all gospel ministers who are going to minister to us tomorrow. Rosa J and Ohinba Clement. They'll all be here to minister and support our sister AJ Truth. She's a member of ICGC, the Strong Tower Taifa, but she's been in music ministry for quite a number of years. But as she settled to be in gospel music, this is the first year, and she wants to dedicate it to God. She wants to sing praises and sing some sweet music, melodious music, and tell God thank you. And so we all want to support tomorrow. Make a day, 2 p.m. is the time. It's I Testify, 2 p.m. Just go live on Facebook, AJ Truth official handle on Facebook. Also the Strong Tower handle right here on Facebook and also on YouTube. We'll be streaming live. I'll be helping our sister celebrate 1 year of gospel ministry. I hope you'll not miss it. You join us so that we can all celebrate and have a good time. It's going to be one great experience. AJ Truth right here tomorrow, and I bet you love to listen to her. She's so marvelous and she sings so sweet. I tell you, tomorrow, don't miss it. Everybody, just tell a friend to tell a friend. And we'll be sharing the handle when we go on her Facebook handle and we go on the Strong Tower handle. You see the poster. Just share it for your friends or to be part of this live experience tomorrow. So, catch you tomorrow, 2 p.m. We'll all be here. I'm fired up for this program. It's going to be 111 mega one. Check the people out. Kojo Otin will be around. Pastor Yameba Asamoah, that's Pastor Kojo Otin, Pastor Yameba Asamoah, Pastor Jennifer Kofi, Rose Ajay, and Oheneba Clement, and also AJ Truth herself with our carpet band. I mean, it's going to be marvelous. You know how we do it here at Strong Tower. Anytime you come here, it's a happy family, and we'll do it the best for you. So join us tomorrow, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. exact is the time. You got to log in on our Facebook page, AJ Truth, and ICGC Strong Tower, and on our YouTube, and you will love to listen to this lady. In the evening, we have Roadmap Africa with Reverend Achampo Yadomwache, and on Saturday, Friday afternoon, we have Footsteps with Reverend Pastor Jennifer Kofi. Footsteps is the way of life of a Christian, and you want to join us 2 p.m. on Friday. In the evening, is a special prayer service for all churches, for everybody. You want to pray, join us so that we pray. But Saturday, we have Women's World at 2 p.m. where the women will continue their talk on grooming. And you want to listen to her, a dermatologist. She's coming around so that, is it a cosmetologist or a cosmetologist? Okay. She'll be around to tell us how to groom ourselves and be fine. You know what I'm saying? And in the evening, we're hosting Pastor Isaiah Ofusukwachi right here. We'll be talking to him about his life and how the challenges he's faced. And in the next segment, he'll be singing, ministering 1 full hour for here. So, Charlie, you have to be on ICGC, the Strong Tower Taifa, Facebook and YouTube, streaming live every day from 2 p.m., 7 p.m. every day. You catch us live. So we're going. This show has been produced by Rich Gold, Chief Doses, and Theodore Malm, and supported by Mary. So we say bye-bye for now. Catch us 2 p.m. tomorrow for I Testify. Bye-bye. God bless you.